We're going to start doing some interval training now, and I don't mean with sports gear. You can take a seat. Something that we do in a cappella, because a cappella is really hard. It's really, really hard, and I think a lot of people underestimate how hard it is because they can sing, but singing a cappella isn't the same as singing accompanied. And people often are at sea when they have to pick notes out of thin air, pick intervals out of thin air and things like that, that you would usually have some sort of reference for if you were in an accompanied sort of a situation. So an exercise that we were taught by a jazz teacher from the States who was at the University of Adelaide, where Sally and I both studied jazz voice. She was our mentor and maestro for 3 years, and she was very, very hard hitting with pitch, and rightly she should be. And she did all sorts of training with us that we were terrified of her for 3 years, but it means we can now sing a cappella, so that's good. We're not going to spend 3 years. Yeah, we won't spend 3 years, but we'll spend a few minutes doing a bit of interval training now. So the first thing we're going to do is start on a note. Doesn't matter which note. I think we might actually go down a little bit to give the altos and basses a bit of a break. Thanks, Sally and Nick. And we're just going to take the semitones up the whole scale, so it'll be do, 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 etc. So you're getting all of the intervals all the way up to the top, and then same thing in reverse. So everybody in unison?
If it helps, you might like to visualise perhaps the instrument that you play, so that you can, like I play trumpet, so I'm actually visualising the fingering of the trumpet or the piano keyboard. Just helps because the whole instrument's all in here, so you can't actually see it. So
I play bagpipes, so
yeah. Still works, kind of.
3 and 4. Very capable. I'm going to take away the piano. 3 and 4. Down was great. 3 and 4. Okay, stop. Still a bit of discrepancy. It's the first 4. If you get the first 4, you're on the right track. So just listen once. So it's only the 4th one that you finally get the release of the major 3rd. Try that. 3 and 4. That's it? Okay, now that you know where you're heading, it's nice to have some flags along the way that say you're in this spot. So the 4th one is the major 3rd. And now you should be perfect. 3 and 4.